Sometimes saving a life can completely change your destiny. An animal stuck in a swamp, a lonely man trying to save it. And the moment he realizes that animal is a lion, this is not just a rescue story. This is a test of courage, fear, and loyalty. Don't go anywhere. Don't forget to subscribe and like before our story starts. Now, we leave you alone with that incredible story that will take you deep into the forests. It had been 5 years since Yavuz had moved away from city life. When he got tired of the noise, crowds, and fake faces of Istanbul, he sold his family's inheritance and built a small hut on the edge of the forest in an abandoned village in the Aegean. Silence, nature, and solitude gave him peace. He would wake up to the sounds of birds in the mornings and fall asleep to the faint sounds of animals coming from the forest in the evenings. For him, life was now all about being alone with nature. One morning, just after sunrise, he woke up to a strange groaning sound coming from near his hut. The sound was coming from the forest, from the swamp area. At first, Yavuz thought it was a fox or a wild boar, but the tone of the sound was unusual. It was deep, hoarse, and almost like it was asking for help. Curiosity took over. He put on his vest and took his long rope and boots. He immediately set off towards the swamp. When he arrived at the swamp, he was stunned by the sight he saw. In the middle of the thick mud was a large animal, almost its entire body stuck in the mud. Only its head was out, and its eyes were looking directly at Yavuz. The animal's body was covered in mud. It was not clear what it was, but there was something in those eyes. A call for help. Yavuz stretched the rope into the swamp without hesitation. The animal accepted it by moving its head. After a few minutes of effort, Yavuz managed to pull the animal out of the swamp. The ground shook, mud scattered. Yavuz fell to his knees, out of breath. Then, the animal slowly stood up. Yavuz's heart almost stopped. The one in front of him was a lion, a giant, yellow-maned male lion with wisdom in his eyes. He had escaped the mud, but he was tired. Yavuz pulled back in panic. His breath was out of breath. He thought he could jump on him at any moment, but the lion just stood there. He bowed his head slightly, as if he were thanking him. The lion's eyes were unlike any other animal's. There was a kind of understanding, a kind of awareness in them. Yavuz didn't know what to do. They looked at each other for a few minutes. Then the lion turned, walked slowly into the forest, but stopped after a few meters and looked back. He was looking at Yavuz. It was as if he was saying, "Come," with his eyes. Yavuz acted on his instincts. He followed him. This was the first step of a great friendship that would begin in nature. But the lion was not just an animal. He was the king of the forest. And this king would change Yavuz's life forever.